As some of you probably know by now, Scotty M has made another video response to me, and this one just as bad as the rest. As you recall, he previously made one to me, and then I went and made a big response, having multiple experts on various subjects, and it was completely debunked what it was he was saying. Now, this is going to be the last response he gets, because his videos are terrible, especially when they're now reduced to attacking me specifically, rather than the actual issues. Now, his video's over an hour long, and I'm not going to waste an hour of my life listening to what he has to say, because he's not important. We'll deal with some of the things said in his video. He says, just because it's called crony capitalism, state capitalism, global capitalism, does not mean it's capitalism. No, you've got that the other way around. They're called that because it is capitalism. They're not, people don't think they're capitalism just because it's the name. It has those names because it's capitalism. And I would in fact disagree with a lot of these names because it's just capitalism. All these extra things thrown on, state capitalism or global capitalism, don't mean anything. It's just capitalism. Just because it has a government doesn't mean that it's not capitalism. It's just capitalism. And by this, I can just turn around and say the thing. Just because they call it National Socialism doesn't make it socialism. I can just use your own argument against you. It doesn't really matter. National Socialism is really not socialism because there isn't socialism in it. You just say that because there's a government, or just because it's in the name, and point to a quote by someone who's making the claim that it is socialist without actually backing it up. And that person was then, particularly Strasser, who wasn't a socialist. Because racism is not a part of it. It's like, again, I've already explained all this over again. Just because it has a government in it doesn't make it socialism. This is market fundamentalist BS. And then he proceeds to call me a hypocrite because I sell books and make money off YouTube, calling me a capitalist. I'm a hypocrite. Of course, once again, he doesn't know what a capitalist is. A capitalist is a person who makes money off of the labor of others. They own the means of production and employ others in its use, collecting value off of their labor. I don't have any employees. It's just myself. And in fact, my relationship with YouTube can be considered somewhat akin to contractual work. Meaning I just do work, they put ads on my work, because they own the distribution service. So if anything, it's a kind of like a partnership or contract work. That doesn't make it capitalism. And this is a capitalist society. I have to participate in capitalism in order to live. Marx said you can't live as a communist in capitalism, just as you can't live as a capitalist in socialism. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't make any sense. By this logic, we could criticize anybody in a socialist country that doesn't like socialism for eating food that comes from a collective farm. It just doesn't make any sense. And as for the books, I write my own books, I edit them myself, and my relationship with lieu.com is the same as anyone's. It's in fact pretty much the same thing as YouTube. They just provide a distribution service, and they take a piece of the profits. It's contract work. It's not even particularly capitalism. It takes place in a capitalist system. This attempt to call me a hypocrite is to call me a capitalist, meaning to benefit from owning the means of production and benefiting from the labor of the people who run them. Well, no, because I don't own the distribution service, which is Lulu. They are the capitalists. I'm just paying a fee to use their services. I don't own the means of production and employ someone else in their use. Scotty, you don't know what you're talking about. The fact that you can now reduce this to attacks on me personally says everything. You don't know what you're talking about. You're just spouting market fundamentalist BS. And frankly, it's just annoying. You don't have any rightful point to make. You don't even have anything particularly intelligent to say. Enough of this. You're not getting any more video replies. You don't know what you're talking about. And frankly, it's a waste of my time. Just go away. Find somebody else to pay attention to.
If you like this video and you'd like to see more of them, then head over to my Patreon page and show your support. Or you can go to the MRN bookstore and check out some of the latest books available. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and share on various social media.